Greetings, my name is Estema Ramirez, and this is my final project for Interdisciplinary Learning and Teaching, ILT 5003, here at the University of Texas at San Antonio. I am pursuing a Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Instructional Technology. I'm currently in the third semester of my program. My main goal is to further the education of adult learners in the community and corporate setting. My undergraduate degree is in Computer Information Systems. Upon graduation, I became a systems analyst for 7 years. One day, a coworker asked if I could substitute for him at the NISD Adult and Community Education Program here in San Antonio. On the first day, I rediscovered the joy and passion for teaching. I started moonlighting, and soon thereafter, I decided it was time to leave my job as a system analyst and replace it with a career in adult education. For the past 17 years, I've served the community. The topics range from basic computer skills to graphic design and building websites. I've also developed a series of computer basic courses for the senior citizen population. I found that most adult learners attend my courses to meet increasing demands of their jobs or future employment. The diversity of learners that I have had the privilege of teaching has been vast. Students from all walks of life, different ethnicities, gender, experience, employed or non-employed, working mothers, digital natives to digital immigrants. All of these types of students have also educated me as well. My classroom has been a learning and training ground for myself as well as I continue to study the learning theory andragogy. The knowledge gained in this course has already enlightened me to many important aspects of education, such as interdisciplinary learning and teaching, the history of education, social justice within education, and various learning theories. The knowledge of these topics will provide a foundation to build upon as I continue to study education. In addition, I will be able to better serve my learners. Through the readings of Moran and Asani, we learned the significance of interdisciplinary learning and teaching. As we design a learning experience, we may consider looking at it through a lens of a psychologist or a mathematician, an educator from a different discipline. All these varying perspectives might enhance the overall experience and allow you to create a better learning environment and better results. My fellow students in my learning group have allowed me to learn various perspectives of education. I am making connections to what I have experienced with adult learners. As I try to build new schemas of knowledge that fit prior knowledge, it allows me to see new perspectives in my approach to learning and teaching. The socio-political nature of education has shaped the schools of today, not always in an equitable way. There are many inequalities that still exist. The Brief History of Education reading by Golden brings up civil rights movements affecting school decisions and policies that have formed the educational system today. He shed light on the desegregation to segregation of the schools. According to Latson Billings, the achievement gap persists due to inequitable distribution of educational funds between white and people of color or different socioeconomic backgrounds. This awareness of the injustices within education has encouraged me to be an advocate for a more equitable education for all. These injustices must empower us all to act as agents of change within our communities. Anyan and Freire addressed and acknowledged the division and oppression within the education system. Society is aware of the financial disparities between the lower socioeconomic and affluent schools. Public and private schools vary in resources, curriculum, and even moral teachings. The comparison between the two show how socioeconomic status either hinder or enhance a student's learning experience. Freire introduced the problem posing in education, which creates a student-teacher partnership that works towards solving problems together. The student and teacher work together to choose an approach that will help the student express themselves. The voice of students is important in constructing the educational plan that helps liberate and empower them. This serves as a way to include students as an active participant in their learning. In order to instruct students to the best of my ability, it is crucial for me to know the variety of ways students learn and synthesize new knowledge. As an instructor of adult education, this requires knowledge of all the learning theories. So far, we have been introduced to behaviorism, cognitivism, social constructivism, situated learning, constructionism, and andragogy. I've applied all learning theories in my instruction and curriculum. B.F. Skinner is well known for a method called operant conditioning, which is a part of the learning theory behaviorism. And it focuses on the observational behavior. I am constantly observing the behavior of my students, and I use positive reinforcement to reward and encourage the desired behavior. Piaget introduced cognitivism, which the main tenet was the construction of new knowledge is supported by previous knowledge. These new knowledge structures are organized and related to prior knowledge. Many of my class openers often begin with a poll of what experience and knowledge would help in the planned curriculum. Vygotsky emphasized the role of social interaction and social constructivism. I encourage this social nature of learning by using learner-centered techniques by using teach-backs among students. Vygotsky also introduced the zone of proximal development, in which the gap in between what a student knows and what they can do with the help of a more knowledgeable other. I often demonstrate a new skill, then walk through the steps with all students and finally ask them to attempt it on their own. Lev and Wegner introduce us to situated learning. Situated learning is evident in a computer lab. When students are able to recreate the workspace in a learning environment, they are learning in an environment that stimulates a real-world application of new skills. Another learning theory is constructionism, or simply put, learning by making. Peppert and Harrell suggest hands-on instruction. Educators need to allow students to be their own instructors, to use their ideas and creativity to express their understanding and their process of learning. This has the ability to enhance learning that allows students to construct knowledge themselves that can help students fully comprehend the subjects being instructed. Making the curriculum relevant to the student's life will give the student motivation to enjoy the learning process. The study and knowledge of learning theories are important in education because they provide approaches that guide educators to a better understanding of how students come to know and learn. It is important to create learning environments that will stimulate the minds of individuals with varying learning styles. To conclude, my final project, I believe it is vital for us educators to be willing to examine and acknowledge multiple perspectives and utilize different approaches in order to provide effective, equal, and stimulating education. Interdisciplinary learning and teaching establishes a foundation for discovering the various perspectives and knowledge needed within multiple disciplines. Collaboration amongst educators of various disciplines is vital to uncover the best possible educational strategy for learners. Each learning theory has expanded my knowledge and provided a formal nomenclature for techniques that I have used in the classroom. I'm now more aware of the inequalities of the educational system. I will support communities, parents, and students to use a positive voice to address concerns regarding curriculum and inequalities to school districts. I will continually strive to improve my didactic approaches in a way that my students can make meaningful connections. The lasting effect of a positive learning experience will encourage further education and support new knowledge. Interdisciplinary learning and teaching has provided a foundation for me to build upon. As I continue to study education here at UTSA, I hope to continue expanding on this knowledge and further strengthening the foundation needed to fully integrate all of these new knowledge schemas into my teaching. Thank you.